let's revise a few things about MS Excel. MS Excel is a spreadsheet program. It is used to, yes, before learning about Excel functions, we are going to, I'm going to explain first about little bit introduction of MS Excel. In the MS Excel software is the software in which we can store data in the tabular manner like columns and rows, and also analyze on that data. It is also a spreadsheet software. This software we use in different fields where we need to store data, to perform so many calculations. We can do the comparison on the data also. Excel file is also known as workbook, and its extension is .xls or XLSX, depends on the version. Now I am going to explain few things about MS Excel which are essential to learn or to understand MS Excel functions. MS Excel is developed by Microsoft Excel, and it is part of MS Office tool, MS Office suite. So before learning about MS Excel functions, we are going to learn about what is active cell, then second cell reference or cell address, first cell address, then third name box, fourth formula bar, then fifth cell reference. So first I am going to explain the cell, active cell. You have seen MS Excel worksheet when you open first time this file. So you first get book 1 named Excel file, and in that it provides one sheet, or in other versions it also provides 3 sheets basically by default. Sheet is comprises rows and column, that is sheet is divided into rows and columns, and where the rows and columns intersect, that part, that rectangular box we call cell, and we can write only in that particular cell which we have selected. So that selected cell is known as active cell. So active cell means only that first user is clicking on which cell, that is known as active cell. It is having thick border. It is normal cell are not having border, but when you select any cell, so it gets selected. When you select, so it shows a thick border around it, like this. These are the normal cell, and suppose the cell you have selected, and one box also is there. This is known as fill handle. So you will get this. Okay. So this is active cell. Now cell address. Cell address, there are so many cells. How Excel will recognize particular cell? So it recognizes by its cell address. Cell address is the name of the cell. It consists column name followed by row number. For example, this belongs to the C column and 4th row. So its cell address will be C4. Clear? So this is your cell address. Cell address belongs to the cell, particular cell which you have selected. Now next is name box. Name box you will get above the column A. It is used to show the current cell address. So if you are unable to see which cell you have selected, so you can get that information from this name box. After the name box there is formula bar, where you can write the formula, and formula is always starts with equal to sign, and if you have not applied formula in the cell, so it generally shows the data. Suppose in the cell you have written name and then number, and here you have applied formula. So in this cell, suppose you have written formula A1 plus B1. So this is formula and this is number and this is name or text. Okay, so this way you can enter your data. Sometimes you enter data in the form of text or label. You enter the data in the form of number or in the form of formula. So if you will select this cell, formula bar will show name Priya. If you will select this cell, it will show number 25, and if you have selected this cell, so it will show the formula bar will show equal to sign A plus B. Okay. And in the cell, whatever the answer of the A1 and P1, so suppose answer was 47, so in the cell it will show 47. Clear? Now next is cell reference. Cell reference basically a format of writing the formula. It is of three types. It is of three types. First type is the relative cell reference. Second type is absolute cell reference. And third type is mixed cell reference. There are three types: cell reference, relative, absolute and mixed cell reference. Cell reference is also known as referring the cell. When you are applying the formula, you need to mention the cell which are consisting your data, in which you have stored your data, or on which cell you are applying the formula. So in the relative cell, you will this relative cell reference you will use when you want to change the cell address according changing the formula. This is denoted by simply C7 to D7 like this. Or suppose you have applied formula on the two number A1 plus B1. So you can identify this is relative cell reference you have used. Now what is the use of this relative cell reference? Let's see. For example, you want to add two numbers. And these are belonging to A1, A column, B column, and here your result. You have applied the formula. This is row 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are using relative cell reference. Suppose my number is 5 and 6, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 4. Okay. Now here I have applied the formula is equal to A1 plus B1. So I will use this formula, and MS Excel also provide the facility that you can, once if you have applied the formula, you can copy it on the adjacent cell also and non-adjacent cell also, but by dragging the pin handle. Now if you have applied the formula once here, you can copy it, and after copying the formula you will get A2 plus B2 here is equal to A3 plus B3 here, and is equal to A4 plus B4. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 row, and the formula is changing for the all rows here. So relative cell reference means the formula will the cell reference will change according to the changing of cell. See, here we have applied in the C1, our formula is A1 plus B1. In the C2, A2 plus B2. After copying, you can see the difference. So, this is the use of relative cell reference. So, where you will use where you want to change the formula according to the cell where it is changing. Okay, so this is cell reference, relative cell reference. Now, next example, I am going to show about absolute cell reference. Now, absolute cell reference, absolute means the reference will not change, the formula will remain same or the reference will remain same. So, for example, now suppose I have set the discount Now next topic I am going to explain about the absolute cell reference. So in the absolute cell reference, where you will use this cell reference where you want the formula should not change everywhere. So I am going to explain this cell reference. Suppose I have set the discount in A1 cell and this A1 cell I want to apply it everywhere. So I want to apply on this data. And for all I want to apply this data. So absolute cell reference you will denote it by $A$1. So if you will copy this formula or this cell reference, so it will be remain same everywhere. So this is the example of absolute cell reference. So where so you will use absolute cell reference where you want your formula remain same if the cell is changing. See here my cell was F1 but formula is same. Here F2 but formula is same. This is F3 but formula is same. Means I don't want to change my cell. So there you will use absolute cell reference. Now third type is mixed cell reference. Let's see the example of the mixed cell reference. Now let's see the third type, that is mixed cell reference. Now mixed cell reference is the combination of both relative and absolute. In any formula, suppose you are accepting the cell reference of both the type, or if you have written like this A1 plus or $B$1. So it denotes mixed cell reference. So mixed cell reference means combination of both. Here A1 belongs to the relative cell reference and B1 belongs to the absolute cell reference. It means here we are using relative cell reference and here we are using absolute cell reference. So in this formula we have used both types. So it is which type of cell reference? Mixed cell reference. So suppose we are having the values. Now the net amount will be the multiplication. So here we will use the formula B1 into C1 because amount we will get by multiplying. So the formula will be changed. Relative cell reference we have used, so it will change B2 to C2. Now for the discount we have used here, suppose we have set the discount in O cell, so O7 cell, so it is $7. So we will apply the same formula here. And now I want to calculate the net amount, so we can use the formula by whatever the amount or value will be here. I want to use that and I will deduct that amount from the O7 cell. So here I will apply the formula. I will use mixed cell reference, where in the F1 cell, F1 cell I will apply the formula D1, that is cell reference, and minus $O$7. So this is the example of mixed cell reference. It will deduct the discount from the amount and you will get the net amount. So this is cell reference. Now next this we need to use in the Microsoft Excel function, because if you are having the idea about it, then only you will apply where you can get the information about the cell reference. Now next topic is about cell range. Cell range belongs to the group of cell. You can select the cell in a column also. Now suppose C column, and the cell number is from 12 to 20. So its cell range will become cell 12 to cell 20. You can select the group of cell row wise. So that time, suppose these are belonging to second row and K, A, B, C, D. Now suppose next is, suppose you have selected row wise. So suppose it is second cell and belonging to A, B, C, D, E. So its range will be A2 to E2. And suppose you have selected a small table which consists of many rows and many columns. Suppose A, B, C column and 1, 2, 3 row. So its range will be A1 colon C3. So this is cell range. Cell range belongs to the group of cell you have selected. You can select the cell in column wise also. You can select the cell row wise also. You can select a cell in a form of table also. So if you are selecting the cell column wise, so its range will be C12 to C20, because in the C column you have selected 12th row to 20 row. And if you are selecting row wise, so it means you have selected the column, and column you have selected A, B, C, D, E, and second rows all the column you have selected. So this range will be A2 to E2. Suppose you have selected all the cell in a particular row, so that will be A2 to E2, and you can select it in a table manner. So its value will be A, B, C. Suppose you have selected A, B, C column and the rows number 1 to 3. So its range will be A1 to C3. Okay. Now let's learn the formulas which we are going to learn. In this video, we are going to learn about the Excel functions. That will be, first is sum function, second max function, and third minimum function, fourth average function, and fifth count function. So first is the sum function. We will apply sum function. We will apply with the help of function wizard. We can use this function for addition the number. If you will do this function manually, so in that it will take time, but within a second you can add huge numbers in the MS Excel. So that's why we are using MS Excel function. MS Excel provide 300 and more functions. these are the built-in functions already provided by MS Excel. We will use this function with the help of function wizard. So first I will tell how to use function wizard with the help of sum function. You can write the function also, or you can type the formula also, but for that formula you need proper information about the function. For example, a function takes some arguments, how it is taking that argument and how to apply, what is the use of function, everything should be clear first. So first we are going to learn how to use sum function with the help of function wizard. So what is function wizard? Function wizard step by step gives you the facility to apply any function. So first is sum function with the help of function wizard. For that you have to select the cell where you want result. Okay, so I have selected this C16 cell, and after selecting, the next step of using function wizard is first you have to click on the formula tab. After clicking on the formula tab ribbon will open. This is the ribbon, and you have to click on insert function. After clicking on insert function, you should know in which category it is available, or you can, if you don't know the category, you can select the all function. But for your information, I am telling that this sum function is available in the math and trigonometry category. So I will select this math and trigonometry. So after that, it is showing the select a function. So all the functions which are available in the math and trigonometry category will be shown here. Now you can select your function by scrolling down. Now this is your sum function. The definition is also written, and also written about what type of argument it will take. It will take the different numbers, n numbers arguments you can insert in this. Now after selecting your function, you have to click on OK button. Now it is asking the range. Just now we have learned about the range. So our data is available in the C3 to C14 cell. We have selected column wise cell. So our range is C3 to C14. You can type the range also, or you can select the range also. Here I have selected the range. The range is correct, C3 colon C14, and after that you have to click on OK button. Then you will get the result. This is our formula bar. It is showing the formula, and this is our cell where we can get the answer which we have selected earlier before applying the formula, and this cell will always show the result or the value of the formula. But in the formula bar you can check whether you have applied formula or not. Now as I told you, in the active cell, this is active cell and this is the fill handle. You don't need to apply the same formula again and again. By dragging the fill handle, you can apply the formula. So see, I have applied the formula, and you can see here we have used a cell reference C3 to C14, and the formula has changed in this cell. So cell reference will also change. Here D3 to D14, and here E3 to E14. Here we have seen to apply the formula in the adjacent cell. If the data is available in different cell, so how can we apply the sum function? So let's see. First you have to select the cell, then click on the formula. So here what we are searching, we are adding or we are finding the sum of the values available for the S item. Okay, what will be the values? We want to add this 423, 424 and this 234 values. These three values. These are not in the range. It is available in the C10, it is available in the C11, and this is available in the C13 cell. Now how to add, how to give the number in the formula when we are having numbers or values in the different cell. So first, same step, select the cell where we want the result, then click on the formula, then click on the insert function, select your category and then select your function, then click on OK button. Now here first is our range, so we will provide the range, that is as C10 to C11. It has means you can provide both, either cell range or a single cell also. So now it is in the number 2 you will click. So you have seen that number 3 automatically came. Now number 2 means first is your range and another number is 234. So here 234 was not in the range, you can't select, there is one more extra number. So I have given that value in the number 2 place. Okay, now click on the OK button, so you will get the answer. So in the formula, in this formula what we have given? We have given range as well as one number. So that through this way also you can apply your formula, or you can insert values when you are not having data in the adjacent cell. Now we can copy the same formula. For example, here for 2020, if you want the number, so you can apply the same formula or copy the same formula by dragging the fill handle. So this is your fill handle and we have copied the formula. Here we are using the cell reference, so here formula is also changing. Here formula was C10 in this, here formula is D10 and here it is E10 accordingly. Now next function we are going to learn about max. Max function is used to get the value of the given value, the largest value it returns. Means we will give it so many values and out of it will search the largest value or maximum value, and this function will return the value which is the largest from provided data. So how to use this max function? Let's see. First we will select the cell where we want the answer. For example, for the year 2019, this label column, I want to search the largest value. So first I am selecting the cell. I want answer in the C18 cell. So I have selected C18. This is my active cell and its address is C18, and here I am showing it in the name box. It is showing the address also. Now after we will click on the formula tab, then click on the insert function option. Now next, this max function is available in the statistical category. So we will select the category statistical. If you are not aware about the category, so you can select the all option also. But here I am telling you that in the statistical category max function is available. Search your function by scrolling down, and after that you can click on OK button. Now it will ask the range. The numbers are available in the C14 to C15 cell, C4 to C15 cell. So we will select the range, or you can type here. Here I am showing how to type C4 colon C14 C15. So we have selected the cell. Now it is showing all the numbers, and then click on OK button. Now it will return the largest value. See here, this is our largest value, 34,234. So it is showing the correct answer. Now if you are not having adjacent cell, you can apply the max function in this manner. So you can give the every number in different number one option. Okay, so first you will select the cell, then click on the formula tab, then next click on the insert function option. Now you will select the category. This max function is available in the statistical category. Now select your max function, click on OK button. Now select your range. Now range is not in the adjacent cell, so in every number one text box you will mention your cell address. So first is cell I5 cell in number 2. This is my second number, J6 This is my third number and this is my fourth number. So out of these four numbers, I want to find out which is the largest value. So after mentioning all the numbers, all the cell address, you have to click on OK button. So it will show the result. So here it is 78 value it is showing. This is the largest value. Here we have applied the formula, max formula for the non-adjacent cell. Now next formula is now next function is minimum function. Minimum function will return you the least value or the smallest value out of the given value in the cell range. So for that, same way you will apply. First you have to select the result cell where you want the result, or you will active that cell where you want the result. Then click on the formula tab, click on the insert function. This minimum function is also available in the statistical category. So here you will select the statistical category, select the function minimum and then click on the OK button. It is asking for the range and you can select the range. Here my range is B5 to B10, B11. It is relative cell reference and click on OK button. So it will show the least value. So the smallest value is 15 and you can copy this formula if in anywhere. So how to do it? First you have to copy it. Click on select the cell, then click on the home tab, copy option, and then where you want to paste the formula, you have to use paste a special option and inside that formula option. So the formula will be copied. Here we have copied the same formula and now it is showing the answer according to this data. Now next function is the average function. Average function is used to select get the result or arithmetic mean. For this it is also a statistical function. For this you can select the cell where you want the result, click on the formula tab, click on the insert function and then select the average option. This average function is also available in the statistical category. Click on OK button. Now select the cell range. This is my cell range and click on the OK button. If you want to apply the same formula, you can drag the fill handle this way. Now next function is the count function. Count function returns the number of values of the given range cell. Sometimes you have inserted value and some values are empty or some cells are empty. So if you want to count, so you can count. For example, here I am showing, suppose students have submitted project. Now I want to find out how many students have submitted their project. So I want result here. I have selected my cell. Now I am clicking on the formula tab, clicking on the insert function. This count function again available in the statistical category. So I am searching that. Now I have searched, clicking on the option, click on OK button. Now I will provide the range. Here I have written my names from C2 to C21 cell. So I am selecting these range and clicking on OK button. Now it is showing the correct answer 12. Let's check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Correct? So 12 is the answer.